All right, peace and blessings, ladies and gentlemen. Peace and blessings. My name is Melvin Kawika, but I like to call myself the $1 billion boy. So I know it has been a minute since I've recorded, so it feels great to be recording again, and cheers to that, man. hmm So first of all, I'm going to start off by saying this. I want to give a big shout out to Robert T. Kiyosaki. Robert T. Kiyosaki is one of the top gurus, not a guru, but one of the top guys that's really out there putting people on game. So I want to give a big shout out to Robert T. Kiyosaki from the United States. So as you can see by the title, I want to share with you three main points that I've learned from reading Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So I know you have heard about this book before. This is the number one personal finance book. So I'm going to share with you all of the lessons that I've learned from reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Without wasting any time, let's hop into number one, right? The number one lesson that I've learned from reading Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, is that success is a state of mind. That's the lesson that I've learned from Robert Kiyosaki's book. I've learned that success all starts here. And when I say success, I mean financial success. I mean success when it comes to building that dream body that you have. It can be in whatever area, but success all starts in your mind. So if you cannot change your mind, if you cannot change your mind in alliance to whatever you want to achieve, then forget about it, because everything starts here. And I think I've mentioned this before in one of my videos that whatever is in here kind of impacts our reality. So meaning our reality is a direct reflection of what's inside of here. So success is all a state of mind. What separates the rich people from the poor people is the way they think. It's not that they are special, it's not that they are unique or whatever you want to call it. It's all a state of mind. So that's number one. And I think that's a very imperative point that Robert Kiyosaki is trying to put out there. Success is a state of mind, right? So number two, the second lesson I've learned from Robert Kiyosaki's book is that rich people focus on acquiring assets, not jobs. Let me repeat that. Rich people focus on acquiring assets, not jobs. So, the propaganda that we have been sold by the system, right? Even from our parents. What our parents tell us is that, go to school, get a job, and that's kind of the way of thinking for the average person. But what I've learned from this book is that rich people don't really focus on that. Rich people do the opposite. Because if you look at all rich people, right, they are not working jobs. They don't have a job that they are working. So what I've learned is that rich people focus on acquiring assets. And what poor people does is that they focus on getting that good job, quote unquote good job. So that's really what separates the rich people from the poor people. Poor people, they think that a good job, is a solution to all their problems. While the rich people think that, assets is all I need. And I think this goes back to my number one point that it's all a state of mind, right? So rich people focus on acquiring assets, not jobs, right? So, and that comes to my last point, which is the number one reason people struggle financially is because of the lack of financial education. Let me bring it back. Let me ask you an honest question, right? You might be in school right now. You might finish your school. You might be in university. But let me ask you this question. What has school taught you about money? Let me repeat that. What has school taught you about money? Let me guess the answer. Nothing. Isn't that correct? Nothing. And do you think that's my mistake? So the reason most people struggle financially is because they never received a financial education. Most people don't even know what money is. Most people don't even know how money operates. So the main reason people struggle financially is because they have a lack of financial education. And it all starts at school. And it all also starts at home, right? What does the average person or the average parent also tell their kids? Money is the root of all evil. Money is not a subject that's discussed in most of the homes. So that's the reason people struggle financially. And I think Robert Kiyosaki also said this in his book, and I'm gonna read it for you. The main reason people struggle financially is because they have spent years in school but learned nothing about money. The result is that people learn to work for money but never learn to have money work for them. This is what Robert Kiyosaki says in his book. And I 100% agree with that. School has programmed you to to be a slave to money. School has programmed you to just to work for money. But what the rich people do is that they have money work for them. But the only way that you can have money work for you is when you know money, when you have studied money, when you have a high financial IQ. Trust me, all the wealthy people have a high financial IQ. You know why? Let me tell you why. Because money without financial intelligence is money soon gone, right? So these are the three lessons that I've learned from reading Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Let me just run them back again. Number one, success is a state of mind. Number two, rich people focuses on acquiring assets instead of jobs. Number three, the main reason people struggle financially is because of the lack of financial education. So, man, I'm going to definitely recommend anyone that wants to learn about the subject of money to read this book. Without any doubt, it will open up your eyes from the propaganda that you have been sold. With that being said, my name is Melvin Kawika, the $1 Billion Boy, and I'm signing out. Peace.